School's out, blame Corona, but I still got some science I could show ya. No class, no school, that's cool. Throw the class on the YouTube. Even if they shut the school down, I'll get that knowledge anyway somehow. Real scholars won't stop for Corona. Tune in for that science takeover.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mrs. Finney's science class. Today is Monday, March 16th, 2020. We are not in school. You are at home. I am at home. But guess what? We can still learn some science. So that's what we're doing. All right. So shout out to my daughter on the side, Finney, for hooking up this YouTube channel so we can connect. All right. Today's lesson is in TCI. We're on our program Cells and Genetics. Lesson 5, Controlling Body Systems. Section 1, Parts of the Nervous System. Learning objective today. I can explain the parts of the nervous system. So we have 3 parts that we need to make sure that we get into today. First, cells of the nervous system. Second, tissues of the nervous system. Third, organs of the nervous system. All right, you can follow along here and reference back in your Chromebooks inside of TCI on your own time. All right, so let's get started. Just want to give you a little heads up. There are, let's say, I have my husband, 4 children, and my niece here. So if you hear any extra bodies or motions or sounds, you know, this is what's at home. All right, so shout out to them. All right, so here we go. At the beginning here, we have section 1, parts of the nervous system. You hear a loud noise behind you. You jump. Oh, snap. Your heart begins to beat faster and you breathe more rapidly. When you turn around, you realize that the loud noise was caused by someone dropping a heavy book on the floor. In this example, the circulatory, respiratory, muscular, and skeletal systems in your body have worked together to respond to a change in the environment. How were all of these systems able to respond at the same time immediately after hearing the noise? Well, that's why we are here today, to talk about the nervous system. So here it tells us that the nervous system is the body system that collects and responds to information from inside and outside of the body, okay? It sends instructions to the rest of the body about what to do. So basically, the nervous system is the boss of the body, all right? It's running everything, right? It's like the head of the household, okay? So let's think about it in that sense. Next piece, signals are sent within the brain as well as between the brain and the rest of the body constantly, all day, every day, all the time. Whether you sleep, whether you're awake, signals are being sent, all right? Like the other body systems, the nervous system is composed of organs that are made up of tissues, which are in turn made of cells, all right? So we're going to start from cells, all right? Cells of the nervous system. The main cells of the nervous system that transfer signals to, from, and within the brain are called neurons. Everybody at home say neurons. Counting on you. I know you said it. All right, here we go. A typical neuron has 3 parts. How many parts? 3 parts. All right, here they go. So we have a cell body, a long axon, and dendrites. Let me give you a visual for this. All right. So this is a picture of cells of the nervous system. Right. You have the cell body, the long axon. All right. And you have what's called the dendrites. All right. Let's take a look back up here to see. Okay. How does this work? The structure of a neuron is very important for its function of transferring signals, okay? Transferring signals. You can think of a signal passing from one neuron to the next like a relay race. So I want you to imagine this situation. If you have one neuron passing the signal to another neuron, okay? Let's say people are passing notes in class. Shouldn't do it. People do it. I did it before, so I'm just being honest. Okay. So if one person passes a note to another person passes a note to the next person, and so on and so forth, that is similar to how neurons pass signals throughout the body. Okay? All right, the dendrites of one neuron receive signals from other neurons. The signals move through the cell body and axon, then on to the neighboring neurons through the ends of the axon. All right, let's go here. Here's an image, show you that. All right, so this is one neuron. Sends a signal, all right here. Takes the message, sends a signal, and it goes to the next neuron, which then sends its signal through the axon to the next neuron. All right, so keep that in mind. I'm going to go back up here. Okay, the many branched axon endings allow a neuron to pass a signal to several other neurons at once. So the signal can travel multiple places at once. All right, I want you to see what's going on. See the axon, all right, and see how it splits. Go to multiple places at once. Okay, sending the message. So here's an example. For example, when you are startled by a loud noise. Oh snap, what was that? What was that? Oh, okay, whatever happened. All right, signals go from the brain to your muscles, to your heart, and to your lungs at the same time, so that you react to the noise in several ways. So let's think about it. You hear a loud noise, all right? Your muscles may respond, but you might start running, you might leave the location, all right? Your heart rate is going to do what? Speed up, slow down? Speed up, exactly, all right? And then, of course, because you're running, right, you're going to breathe faster, so your lungs are involved in that, all right? So that just goes to show how you have a message sent to several different places, okay? All right, so we want to recap here. Take a look here, okay? Cells of the nervous system, big takeaway. Neurons are the main cells of the nervous system. What are the main cells of the nervous system? Neurons, okay? All right, here's a picture of a neuron. Here's a strategy that I always use. I recognize we're going from dendrite to cell body to axon. All right, that's how the messages are passed throughout the neuron. From the dendrite, comes in to the cell body, okay? Then the message is relayed through the axon, okay? It gets sent to the next neuron through its dendrites, through its cell body, okay? Through its axon. Here's something I noticed, right? It's the alphabets backwards. We have A, B, C, D, but watch this. Dendrite, cell, body, axon. Dendrite starts with D, cell starts with C, body starts with B, axon starts with A. Okay, so that's a strategy for you to remember the order of how the message is relayed. D, C, B, A. Keep that in mind, okay? Alphabets backwards. All right, let's move on to the next piece. Tissues of the nervous system. Tissues of the nervous system, all right? Nervous tissue is made up of different kinds of neurons, as well as other cells that support neuron function, okay? The axons of neurons are often bundled up next to each other and covered in connective tissue, forming tracks like highways for signals to pass between the brain and the body, okay? So the messages are going from the brain to the body, okay, so on and so forth. Here we go. Remember that there are 4 kinds of tissues: nervous, connective, epithelial, and muscle. All the parts, key piece, of the nervous system are made of nervous tissue and other tissues, okay? So all the parts of the nervous system are made up of nervous tissue, and other tissues. All right. The spinal cord is an organ that transfers information between the brain and other parts of the body. All right. Spinal cord. Spinal cord. We're going to look at a picture of that in a sec. The spinal cord is made of nervous tissue that is surrounded by a thin layer of connective tissue and blood vessels. All right. Here we go. Parts of the spinal cord and surrounding backbone. So you want to take a look here. Here's the nervous tissue. Okay, right in the central area here. And then they have the image of the connective tissue. And what did they say the connective tissue does? Okay, right here, the spinal cord is made of nervous tissue that is surrounded by a thin layer of connective tissue and blood vessels. Okay, all right, so there's the spinal cord. All right, and you have the nervous tissue surrounded by a thin layer of connective tissue and blood vessels. This is your backbone. All right, so the message is passing through here, through your spine, up to your brain, and opposite direction as well. Okay, so we want to look here. Okay, so this figure shows the spinal cord is an organ and the nervous system found protected inside a person's backbone. The spinal cord is made up of multiple types of tissue, including nervous and connective tissue. All these tissues work together to allow the spinal cord to function in sending signals to and from the brain and body. Okay? So look at our takeaway here for this section. Tissues of the nervous system. Nervous tissue is made up of different kinds of neurons as well as other cells that support neuron function. One takeaway. All the parts of the nervous system are made of nervous tissue and other tissues, one being the connective tissue, which is pointed out here. Okay? All right, so we have two takeaways in that section. Let's flash back, make sure we're not losing any information. Go back to section A. All right, so parts of the nervous system. We talked about the cells of the nervous system, right? And neurons are the main cells of the nervous system. What's our strategy for remembering the order of how a message is transferred? It's not alphabetical, but it's backwards, starting with D. All right, so the message first goes through the dendrites. Okay, the signals travel through the dendrites, and then it goes to the cell body. Okay, and then the signal goes through the axon. Okay, and then it relays the message to the next neuron, and the process begins again. Dendrite, cell body, axon. All right, so we had that. All right, and as far as the tissues of the nervous system, we want to go back there, make sure we know what we're talking about. Nervous tissue is made up of different kinds of neurons as well as other cells that support neuron function, and all the parts of the nervous system are made of nervous tissue and other tissues. All right, all right. Last piece. All right, keep in mind in this section that we discussed the backbone, okay, and that we discussed the nervous tissue is in the middle, surrounded by connective tissue and blood vessels. All right, last piece for the day. Last piece, organs of the nervous system. Okay, what are the three organs? The organs of the nervous system are the brain, the spinal cord, okay, and the nerves. The brain is an organ that processes information received from both outside and inside of the body, okay? You have to think about this. We can get information from the outside. You can hear something. Oh, snap, what was that? Okay, you can smell something. Oh, maybe it's time to eat, right? Okay, different things can happen. So that's outside, right? On the inside, you have some thoughts, memories, okay? Might make you want to go do something. Oh, I remember, I need to not go to school today. So I'm not picking up my book bag. Maybe you might pick up your book bag because you have to get your Chromebook or you have to get something out of there. You might want to study your nose. Look at you being a scholar. Okay, so you might end up picking up your book bag today, but that's your thoughts. Okay, that comes from the inside. All right, so that may make you do an action with your body. Okay, so going back, the brain is an organ that processes information received from both outside and inside of the body. It is protected by the skull and is the control center for the entire body. It is also the most complex organ in the human body, consisting of almost 100 billion neurons. Most complex organ in the human body. All right? So when you think about that, keep that stuff in mind. All right, so what are the 3 organs of the nervous system? And, all right, so you should have named brain, spinal cord, and the nerves. There you go, there you go. All right, next it says the spinal cord runs down a person's back, protected by the backbone. Most information passes through the spinal cord on the way to the brain. Signals from the responding brain also pass through the spinal cord on the way to the rest of the body. All right. Nerves are organs that transmit information towards and away from the brain and spinal cord. They are made up of the axons of neurons bundled together. Okay? Almost every part of the body has nerves interacting with it. To get to the various body parts at and below the neck, pairs of nerves branch off from either side of the spinal cord and into the other organs of the body. For example, nerve branches near your shoulders travel down your arms and into your hands. One side connects to your left hand, the other side connects to your right hand. All right, here's an image we need to take a look at right here. And this is an image of the organs of the nervous system. Okay. So we have the brain, the spinal cord, okay? And then we have the nerves. Picture for the nerves. Image of the nerves as well. Okay? Again, the brain is the regulator of all the body systems that we discussed in class. Okay, nerves transfer information to and from the brain and the rest of the body through the spinal cord. All right. Okay, so let's recap this section. Big takeaways here. Organs of the nervous system. The organs of the nervous system are the brain, spinal cord, and the nerves. Make sure you have that intact. All right, you want to check for understanding. Ooh, I need to clear a screen. Wait, I'm covering it up. See what we can put in here. All right, there we go. Hopefully you didn't see. All right, let's see. Drag and drop the true statements on the image onto the image on the right. Here we go. What about this one? The nervous system is composed of organs that are made up of tissues. True or false? What do you think? What's that? I may want to check that one. Okay. A typical neuron is composed of 3 main parts: a cell body, a long axon, and dendrites. Let's try. Okay. The spinal cord is the most complex organ in the human body. Really? For real? Nerves are only found in the brain and the spinal cord. Really? See, even the baby didn't agree with that. That's Caleb. He's one. Even Caleb. See? The heart processes information from both the internal and external environments. Really? The heart? No. The spinal cord transfers information between the brain and other parts of the body. All right, let's see. I found a spot to drop that. Let's see what we have here. Okay, let's see if we can check our answers. See what we have. All right. Bingo. All right, so those are the 3 facts. The nervous system is composed of organs that are made up of tissues. A typical neuron is composed of 3 main parts: a cell body, a long axon, and dendrites. And the spinal cord transfers information between the brain and other parts of the body. All right, that is our lesson for today. Let's go back and see what you know through some wrap-up questions. All right, wrap-up questions. By the end of the online lesson, you should be able to answer the following questions. You. I need, do a dance break. Sometimes you just gotta do a dance break. All right, here we go. Question number 1. What is the job of the nervous system? All right, hopefully you have the answer. Okay, the nervous system is the body system that collects and responds to information from inside and outside of the body. It sends instructions to the rest of the body about what to do. The nervous system is the boss of all the other systems. Here we go. Question number 2. Are you ready? Really? Okay. All right. Just checking. What name is given to the main cells? Oh, you got a cheat sheet. Oh, moving it. What name is given to the main cells of the nervous system? Hopefully you have the correct answer. The main cells of the nervous system are called neurons. You are so smart. All right, here we go. Number 3. What are the 3 parts of a neuron? You should know. Waiting for your answer. Did you say dendrites, cell body, and axon? I hope so. All right. So smart. Shout out to the scholars. Give yourself a pat on the back. All right. Here we go. Moving on. Explain how signals are passed from one neuron to the next. How do we pass the signals? How do we pass the signals? How do we pass the signal? How do we pass the signal? How do we pass from one neuron to the next? Hey, from one neuron to the next. Hey, from one neuron to the next. Hey, from one neuron to the next. Hey. Okay, all right, here we go. Moving on. The dendrites of one neuron receive signals from other neurons. The signals move through the cell body and axon, then on to the neighboring neurons through the ends of the axon. All right? Okay, make sure you know that process. Here we go. Number 5. What are the axons of neurons covered in? Challenge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you know it? Let's see. What are the axons of neurons covered in? The axons of neurons are often bundled up next to each other and covered in connective tissue, forming tracks like highways for signals to pass between the brain and the body. Booyah. All right, here we go. Next question. What are the 3 organs of the nervous system? I know you know. Hey, hey. I know you know. Hey, hey. I know you know. Hey, hey. What's your answer? You are so smart. Shout out to you. Yes. Yes. Cheerleader mode. Get it. Here we go. The 3 organs of the nervous system are the brain, spinal cord, and the nerves. Good job. What are nerves? Do you know the answer? What did you say? Oh, love it, love it. Nerves are organs that transmit information towards and away from the brain and spinal cord. Damn. All right. That wraps it up for today's lesson on parts of the nervous system. I'll see you back here when tomorrow.